Okay, so welcome everyone to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We discuss these sessions every Friday 1 to 2 p.m. There are prayers on my screen. You can repeat with me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Shlakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsham Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatamritam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधा कांत नमोस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुति देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome everyone. So last time we discussed chapter 16. We completed chapter 16, so we'll move to chapter 17 of Bhagavad Gita. In chapter 16, Krishna talks about divine and demonic nature, that is Sura and Asura nature. Even before that, in the 15th chapter, um, in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about a tree. He gives the example of a tree. The Vedas are like a tree where the roots are going up, the branches are going down. Okay, the roots are growing up, the branches are going down. So there is no such tree that we find in this world. So what does that mean? That this tree is like the reflection of the original tree, where roots are going up, branches are going down. In this tree, whatever pleasures we get are temporary, and we move from one branch to another to taste all the various fruits are there in this tree. And when we get frustrated, we move towards the root where the Upanishads are, and we desire to go take liberation. So that was the topic of 15th chapter, Purushottam Yoga. From the Vedic tree, we move towards liberation, go towards Purushottam. That is Krishna. In the 16th chapter, how do we go from, how do we cut this tree? How do we go from this particular um, branches towards the root? What kind of qualities are required? Those were discussed. So in the very first two shlokas, those were discussed that these are the qualities of the divine nature. This divine nature, they will take us towards liberation, towards mukti. Okay. So if we discuss this fearlessness, purification of one's existence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, aversion, false finding, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, freedom from envy. So these are qualities of godly men, and they will take us towards liberation. And then Krishna tells what are the qualities which will take us down, you know, which will make us more entangled into this tree. What are those? Um, First one is pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. Lust, greed, anger. You can put that in three: lust, greed, anger. So these qualities will take us away from liberation, will make us entangled in this material world, and we will keep taking new bodies in this world, especially the animal bodies, because that's where these qualities are very prominent. Anger is very prominent in carnivorous animals like lion, tiger, and it is natural for them to be angry. There is conceit, arrogance, harshness, ignorance, like that. So these take us down to animal life, and then through the process of evolution, the soul keeps getting new bodies, and then slowly after millions of lifetimes it again gets a human body. So when it is in a human body, it should understand that it has to develop the above qualities, the divine qualities, to break in the cycle of birth and death and go towards liberation. Okay. And then the rest of the chapter, Krishna explains more about the demonic people, how do they think. And there were many things to it, but this particular shloka, Krishna tells, what is their thought process, how do they think. Hmm? So can someone volunteer to read this particular shloka? Can someone volunteer to read? Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear.
Yeah, just read this one shloka, anyone.
The demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will again gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future and more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies also will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance.
Yeah. So you can see how they think. I will kill them. I will make many schemes. I'll become the richest. I will have relatives which are, powerful, which will help me, which will die for me, like that. So this kind of thought process is there of the asuras. And from the shastras we see that shastras we see Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, they were thinking like that. Even in this Bhagavad Gita, we discussed that Duryodhana was thinking all these people have a right to die for me, and Arjuna was thinking how can I kill them, but Duryodhana was thinking they will die for me. So such is the thought process of demoniac asuric people, and what will happen to them? So Krishna says, I will throw them into various demonic species. I will perpetually cast them because they want that. Hmm? And then he says there are three gates to hell: lust, greed, anger. And sane person should give up these. How do they give up? If they perform activities which are conducive to self-realization. Hmm? And it's aiming towards supreme destination, that is going back to Godhead, the Vaikuntha planets. How does he know that? He knows it through scriptural injunctions. Under the Guru, he learns the scriptures, Shastras, basically the Shastras, Vedic Shastras, and then acts according to the Shastras. If he doesn't do, then there is no happiness in this world, neither in the next. Okay. Therefore, what is to be done, what is not to be done, is to be known by the Shastras. And one should learn it from the Guru. So, this is the process, Krishna says. And then we'll move to the 17th chapter, which is again a continuation of the same topic but with a different question. So, we'll get into it. If you have any questions or comments, you can always interrupt me, unmute and speak. I will stop and explain. Okay. So let's get into the 17th chapter. That this is called division of faith. We will see how it is. Arjuna Vacha. Ye Shastra Vidhim Ustrijya yajante shraddhani yavataha tesam nishtutu ka Krishna sattam aho rajastama. Arjuna inquired, O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principle of scriptures but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness, in modes, in passion, or in ignorance? So we have experienced that many people follow only some part of the scripture, or you know, or they follow it according to their understanding, right? So are they demoniac, or are they asuras? Sorry, are they suras or asuras? That is the question now Arjun is asking. Fine, we understood what is divine. Okay, what are the godly people? We understood that, and we understood the demoniac also. But not everyone is demoniac. Not everyone is godly. Not everyone is devata. There are people in between. What happens to them? So this full chapter is about them. So most of us lie in this category only. We are trying to follow the shastra. We are not fully following the shastra. Okay? We are trying to follow. So what happens? How do we proceed? In the fourth chapter, 39th verse, it is said that a person faithful to a particular type of worship gradually becomes elevated to the stage of knowledge and attains the highest perfectional stage of peace and prosperity. In the 16th chapter, it is concluded one who does not follow the principles laid down by the scriptures are called asura, demon. One who follows the scriptural injunctions faithfully is called deva or demigod. Now, if one with faith follows some rule which are not mentioned in the scriptural injunctions, what is his position? This doubt of Arjuna is to be cleared by Krishna. Are those who create some sort of god by selecting a human being or placing their faith in him, worshipping the god in goodness, passion, ignorance? Do such persons attain perfection stage in life? Is it possible for them to be situated in real knowledge and elevate themselves to the highest perfection stage? Do these who do not follow the rules and regulations of the scriptures but who have faith in something and worship God and devatas and men attain success in their efforts? Krishna is putting all these questions. See, many people worship the devatas. Hmm? What happens to them? Some, they make somebody some Babaji a god, you know, or they worship some planet like sun or something. What happens to them? How do they progress? Some partly accept scriptures, some don't accept scriptures, like that. So what is all this? What is the destination? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha त्रिविधा भवति श्रद्धा देहिनां स्वभावज सात्विकी राजसी चैव तामसी चैति tam shunu. So where Krishna puts it in one line, he says that there are three modes of material nature: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Similarly, their swabhava, what they are thinking, their thought process, and all that, the attitude, their work, everything. Okay, it depends on what they are inclined to. Sattva, rajas, or tamas. What kind of combination of sattva, rajas, and tamas they have? According to that, their shraddha will be. Hmm? According to that, their faith will be. So that's why the Trividha Bhavati Shraddha. Because of this, the name of the chapter is Trividha, the divisions of the faith. Very simple to understand that it's divided according to the three modes: Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Can you tell me what is Sattva mode? What is the English name for Sattva mode? Anyone? Can you?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. This is truthfulness and
Sattva.
passion and ignorance. Three modes are there.
Okay, okay.
Mode of
Sat
goodness.
Goodness.
Mode of
It's goodness. It's called goodness. Mode of goodness. Rajas is passion. Tamas is ignorance. Okay. So we'll quickly go and little bit revise the three modes, because then we will understand where it is. Okay. Before that, let me check something. Nature as the modes. Government. Okay. Okay. Sure. Uh, okay. Hmm. So in the 14th chapter, we discussed in detail what is sattva, rajas, and tamas. But this particular table will give more information. Okay, we'll just revise it again. Sattva is what? As the name suggests, it is goodness. So there is something good in this. Passion, it is rajas. There is passion in it. And ignorance, something is not right here. Very simple. So what is good in this? It is without sinful reaction. It is illuminating. Illuminating means what? Prakashaka. Prakashaka. Prakashaka means illuminating means one person knows what is to be done, what is not to be done. Right? You may be working on some project and then you just don't know what to do in it. So someone has to come and illuminate you. Okay, in this project, this is the goal, these are the steps, this is what is your role. And then Prakashaka. You just come to know, okay, what I need to do. So goodness is that. It is pure state. Pure state in the material world. Okay. So okay. There one doesn't commit sinful reaction. Sinful reaction means papa karma. Not so much papa karma is done. Okay. What is in passion? Lot of desire. Lot of desires. First thing, it is desire. Lot of enjoyment tendency is there. I want to enjoy this. I want to create this. I want to build this. Like that. There's a hankering. I want it. Kind of. Then ignorance. Ignorance is agyanaja. Opposite of goodness. Ignorance is darkness. We just don't know what is to be done, what is not to be done. Like that. Generally, in goodness, person is happy. In passion, person is active. In ignorance, he is helpless. Okay. And in goodness, what is the result? It is pure and happiness. In passion, it is misery. This is what we need to know. Passion, there will be some misery, some difficulty in it. And in ignorance, it will be foolishness or nonsensical. There will be sleep or madness. Okay. So there are some more things here, but we won't spend. We will keep visiting this again and again. So 3 more. Okay. Any question on this before we move forward? Any question? Anyone has any question? Comment.
Prabhuji, not question, only request. Kindly share this table so that we can read it and we can discuss in further classes if any clarification is needed.
What? Sorry, I didn't get. Sorry.
Prabhuji, not question, only request. If possible, kindly share it so that we can read and we can discuss in
Oh, okay, okay.
next
Share.
class.
Okay, okay. This notes, huh?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, because these are very good, Prabhuji. Concrete notes are there.
Okay, okay. Sure, sure.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Okay. We'll be visiting this table again and again because 17th chapter and 18th chapter, half of that 18th chapter again it talks about sattva rajas tamas. So we'll be visiting this, and I will upload this in some link from where you can download. Okay. I have um, I'll upload in some link and then you can download it. Okay, so let's do that. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Where we were? Yeah. Okay. So Krishna says, according to their rajas, tamas, and chaiva, sattva, rajas, and tamas, their faith will be. So let's before we go in, let's you tell me if somebody is having passionate rajas more in him, then how will he look at the scriptures? How will he look at the world? Any idea?
For me, Prabhuji, for my understanding, I feel like that he or she will delay reading of his scriptures and understanding of that, because he is thinking of his hankering of his motive and aim. He is always thinking of, oh, I want to get this first. Later on, I can read scripture and understand. Dekha jayega, like this.
Okay. Yeah,
This
that
attitude.
is one way of thinking, right? But let's say a person in passion also reads the scriptures. Then what will be his motive?
To fulfill his desire.
Yeah, so he will use the scriptures to fulfill his desire.
Ha,
Mostly his
materialistic desire.
discussion will be, see, I want to go to heaven, so I will worship this. I want money, dhanam, janam, sundarim. Okay, so I will go to this devata, that devata, and I will do. Hmm? And for tamas, how will one approach the scriptures if one has ignorance? Hmm?
What I feel, Prabhuji, for them, it is not needed, because they are in Andhakar mode, they are in darkness mode, and they don't want to get any information from scripture, so they can follow it. They will not follow that much.
No, there are scriptures in tamas also. The tantras, they will worship the Kali, they will do black magic, right? All these are in ignorance. They will worship that way. In Sattva, how will one approach the Shastras? In Sattva. It is enlightening, it will be good for everyone. So he won't just think about his benefit, he will think about everyone else's benefit also. So he will do dharmic karyas by which everyone is benefited. In Rajas, I am only benefited. In Tamas, I don't care anyone is benefited or not. I am hell bent upon destruction only. Hmm? So sattvas is where,
Yes, Prabhuji.
sattvas is where he will do dharma karya, which will be beneficial for all. Okay, we'll get into details of this. This chapter is very interesting chapter. But yeah, once we understand sattva, rajas, and tamas, the same point Krishna explains in different ways. Okay, the Supreme Person Godhead said, according to the modes of material nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be in three kinds: goodness, passion, ignorance. Now, hear about this. Those who know the rules and regulations of the scriptures, but out of laziness, indolence, give up this following the rules and regulations, are governed by the mode of material nature. According to their previous activities in mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, they acquire a nature which is of specific quality. So we are acquiring these modes, this goodness, passion, ignorance for many lifetimes. Many lifetimes we are acquiring it. And there is a special combination, permutation in our self. Like some people may have more passion, less ignorance, more goodness. Okay, so there are three ways. No? So there are like 7 combinations and there are weightage to it. So it just becomes unlimited kind of this thing, combinations. The association of the living entity with different modes of nature has been going perpetually. This is what I said. Perpetually it is going on in many lifetimes. Since the living entity is in contact with the material nature, he acquires different types of mentality according to his association with material modes. But this nature can be changed. Okay. One may think, okay, this three modes is there. How do I change it? Can you tell me how can these three effects of three modes be changed? Any thought? Let's put it in simple example. Okay. Before we move into Shastra, let's say a person has bad habit of too much drinking or too much of smoking. Now he wants to come out of it. Okay, he wants to come out of it. What are you going to recommend him? Can you tell me? He wants to come out of his smoking and drinking addiction. What are you going to recommend?
Reading and hearing of Shastras.
Okay, one, reading, hearing Shastras. Anything else?
To gradually reduce his drinking and smoking instead of abruptly stopping.
Yeah. One cigarette less. Every day, one cigarette less. Every day, one bottle less. Every day, one drink less. That way. Okay. Next. How do people get out of their drinking and smoking addiction?
Uh, Prabhuji, associate with good people.
Okay, associate with good people. Specific good people.
Yeah.
Who are those specific good people?
Devotees, Prabhu.
Devotees is fine.
Sadhus.
Sadhu is also fine. How does it happen in the outside world? Let's put that and then we will come back here. It's not like everybody associating with devotees, change and all that. We have seen our brothers and sisters and, and relatives and neighbors and all that. They don't change, na? That's fine. I'm very specifically asking a person has addiction. Okay. You all gave me few points. There is a specific association that we have to recommend to him where he can go and de-addict. He can completely come out of that addiction. What is that called? Okay. Have you heard about rehabilitation centers?
Yes, Prabhu.
So in these centers, there are people who will train. Okay, they'll train of how to come out of this addiction. You have heard about this? Anyone has not heard about this? Huh? Has anyone heard
We
or
heard,
not?
Yes,
we
yes.
heard Prabhuji, but I was thinking like you are asking some spiritual things
No, no.
or
First we will
how can
discuss
we come on?
this. First we'll discuss this, and then we will go back to spiritual. It's not
Yes,
something.
yes, Prabhuji.
So you see, there are many. There is like four stages of alcohol recovery: absistence, meaning don't touch it; withdrawal, come out of it; repair or replace with something else; and grow. When you see a change in yourself, you grow. And many other things that you said here, like acceptance, surrender, self-reflection, amends, forgive, spiritual connection, which you all talked about, support and community, good people. Look at your personal growth and healing, holistic approach, sustainable sobriety, Okay, so they go through all these stages, right, to overcome this addiction and all that. Now, coming back to our Shastra, if these three modes are so much, we have developed it from so many lifetimes, how to come out of it? What is the de-addiction rehabilitation center for us? How do the Vedas they talk about these rehabilitation centers? So like we go to a center and a mentor is given to that person, who will take care of him, who will make sure his needs are helped and his questions are answered, and he's been provided replacements, right, so that he can come out of addiction. Similarly, if we are in these three modes, how do we come out of it? Where we need to go? It's in this line, highlighted line.
Bona fide spiritual master.
Bona fide spiritual master. What happens when we go there?
We will get a new life.
New life means what? It is the same life. We die or something and take new birth? No, it's not like that. What exactly happens? So basically, we train ourselves under the teacher. Okay, we listen to the teacher, we surrender to the teacher, and using the shastras, we can change our position from ignorance to goodness, from passion to goodness. Okay, so the spiritual master, he trains us in rules, regulations, scriptures, and one more thing, that is bhakti towards Krishna. It trains in all of this, and with the power of this, with this empowerment, the changes start happening from ignorance to goodness, passion to goodness. Okay, does it make sense? Just like the alcoholics have to go to certain place to de-addict themselves, similarly for spiritual progression, we have to go to the spiritual master. Simple, right? If we are to become educated, we have to go to some teacher, right? If we have to train ourselves in football, in cricket, then we have to go to some coach, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Similarly, for getting out of these three modes, to achieve liberation, for spirituality, we need to go to the coach. What is that coach called? Guru. He should be in the disciplic succession, should be learning from the scriptures and the past sadhus. And in that association, when one surrenders, his growth is there. See, the whole Bhagavad Gita starts when Arjuna surrenders. In the second chapter, Shishyasteham Sadi Mam Tvam Prapannam. Where is soul surrendered. See, in the seventh text of the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho uphat swabhava prichhami tam dharma samudha chetaha yashrayan san nichitam bruhitanme shishyaste aham sadi mam tam prapannam. Shishyaste aham. I become your shishya. I become your student. You teach me. I'm your student now. Now you teach me. Now the whole Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Same way, we need to go to the spiritual master to learn, and then the changes will happen. So this is a very important concept. Okay. Some people think, oh, I have acquired it for so much time, I will try to remove it by my own effort. Fine, some things you can remove by your own effort, but if you want nice more changes and all that, then you need to go to a spiritual master. a complete change. And we have explained this example of Valmiki Rishi, who was Ratnakar, but he was a dacoit. Before becoming a Valmiki Rishi, he was a dacoit who would kill people, steal from them. Once he met Narad Muni, and Narad Muni explained him the concept of karma. He says all these things are going to happen back to you. And he was shocked. And he said, how to get out of it? Then he surrendered to Narad Muni, and Narad Muni said to chant the name of Lord Ram's Sri Ram. And by doing that, he changed from Ratnakara to Valmiki Rishi to Sadhu. In one life, okay, he didn't have to die also. Remember, he didn't have to die and then take new birth. No. Within one life, by the process of bhakti, under the direction of a spiritual master, he could come out of it. Same thing happens with all of us also. We approach the spiritual master, we learn from them, and then changes will happen. Then person can become elevated to perfectional stage. So it is intelligent person who associates with a bona fide spiritual master. Association of bona fide spiritual master means what? Means to serve him. This verse is also there, no? I think 4.34. Tad vidhi prani pratena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. You learn from the jnaninas, you learn from the guru. They have seen the truth. How? You ask them, you first surrender, prani patena. You approach them with a humble mind. Pariprasthena, question them. Oh, what is this? What is this? Questions. And do seva, sevaya. Just don't question. Do something for them to please them. Then they will give you the jnanam. Upadeshyanti te jnanam. They will give you that jnanam. They have seen it. So this is the relationship between bona fide spiritual master and student. Okay. Any question or comment before we move to next? It was a very important understanding that we need to get. Okay. Text number 3. Satvana Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharatah Shraddomaya Ayam Purusho Yo Yashaddaha Sa Eva Sa. O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living entity is said to be of that particular faith according to the mode he has acquired. So his modes decide what kind of Shraddha he has, what kind of faith he has. See, many people have different faith, right? Some trust, on trust on some Devata, some Babaji, some astrology. They develop faith over a period of time. It's according to the modes that they are in, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Everyone has a particular type of faith regardless of what he is. But his faith is considered good, passionate, ignorant according to nature he has acquired. Thus, according to his particular type of faith, one associates with certain person. Now, what the faith is, or what the mode is one in, he will associate also with that kind of person. Okay. So, Rakshasas, their association is how? With other Rakshasas. Why? Because their faith is in tamas. So they like to associate with those who are in tamas. Those who are in passionate, they like to associate with those who are in those who are also in passionate. Like business people want to associate with other business people only. Isn't it? If they associate with anybody else, they may not know how to grow their business. If they associate with a teacher, then they won't be able to grow the business. For that, they have to associate with other business people. So, what's one faith is he will associate with those kind of people. Now, the real fact is that every living being, as stated in the 15th chapter, is originally a fragmented part and parcel of Supreme Law. Therefore, one is originally transcendental to all modes of material nature. But when one forgets his relationship with the Supreme Person of Godhead and comes in contact with the material nature in conditioned soul, he generates his own position by association with the different varieties of material nature. The resultant artificial faith and existence are only material. Although one may be conducted by some impression or some conception of life, originally he is nirguna. So the soul is nirguna. Soul, Atma, doesn't have any mode around it. But when it comes in contact with the material nature, when it comes down to this material nature, he acquires these kind of modes. Alright, then he starts acting in that way. Therefore, one has to become cleansed. One has to remove this dirt of three modes to regain his relationship with the Supreme Lord. That is the only path back without fear. That is bhakti, that is Krishna consciousness. If one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then that path is guaranteed for his elevation to the perfection stage. If one does not take this path of self-realization, then is surely to be conducted by influence of modes of nature. The word Shraddha is very significant in this world. Shraddha or faith originally comes out of mode of goodness. One's faith may be in demigod or some created god or some mental concoction. One strong faith is supposed to be productive of the works of material goodness. Okay. Okay. But in the material life, no work was completely purified. They are mixed. They are not in pure goodness. Pure goodness is transcendental. In pure goodness, one can understand the real nature of the Supreme Personal Godhead. So there are three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. Then there is a fourth state which is called pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, which is beyond even goodness also. So even though goodness is good, still it binds with some knowledge and some happiness. So goodness is like a chain of gold. Passion is like a chain of silver. Ignorance is like a chain of iron. Let's say a criminal is chained with the chain of gold. Is he still free? Is he free? No, right? He's still chained. So like that. So there is some problem with the goodness. What is that problem? The name doesn't suggest anything bad in it. That's good. But still there is some problem. Why? It is one of the modes. Can you tell me what is the problem with mode of goodness? Have you any time heard that there is some problem with mode of goodness? Yes, anyone? What do you think is the problem with mode of goodness?
Prabhuji, thinking I am the pure person, I am good like that.
Yeah. You see, sometimes we see some very highly educated people, they think themselves to be very, very superior to others. Right? In this world, we see like those who are highly educated, they will think, I'm the greatest in knowledge. Like that. So there is a concept of superiority in mode of goodness. And that is the problem. What is the problem in having that conception of superiority? If someone thinks I'm superior to that person, what is the problem in that? Huh? What is the problem in that?
It is like condemning others.
Yeah, they think that the other person is useless. I'm the only greatest. And they will start doing what? Instead of equality, there will be inequality. The reason is he will think the other person is of no use. So he won't treat the other person respectfully. You ready?
Aham bhava. It leads
Aham
to
bhav, yes, aham bhav is also there. But what I'm saying is, in goodness, right, the person thinks himself to be superior, the others to be inferior. This this um, this makes him to do things in an imperfect way. He does injustice. He does inequality. Okay. He may dominate on others. He will exploit others. Just because I am superior, you are inferior. Isn't it? That's how the world is, right? If somebody is thinking I am superior, at the end, what he does with the people? What he does? He exploits them, right? So this mode of goodness, if one develops this bhava of I am superior, everyone is inferior, then what? He starts doing injustice, inequality, abuse, kind of things. That's why we see some people in religion also, they are doing abuse, they are doing scams. Now we think, like you all said, right? Oh, if someone has to get de-addicted with alcohol, he has to associate with sadhus. But there are so many so-called sadhus who are getting caught every year. One or two sadhus getting caught. Yes or no? In this some scam, either it is sexual scam, either it is abuse, either it is money laundering, isn't it? There are so many babajis who get caught, right? Every year, one or two do get caught. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right? I don't need to name them. They are in jail. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. Even in religiousness, if the goodness, thinking that I am superior, they are inferior, and I can then abuse them. This is what happens. And second thing is the happiness, sukha sangha. Happiness of what? Happiness means this world is a very nice place to live in. This kind of concept comes in mode of goodness. Oh, this place is very nice to live in. I can just live here. Why do you even think about liberation? Why do you think about moksha? Why do you think about Vaikuntha planets? I don't need all this. I'm happy here. What is the problem? So, mode of goodness creates this illusion that this world is a very good place. Let's stay in it. So, I have this one picture which will help you understand what is mode of goodness. This one. What do you see here? What do you see? What do you see? There is a criminal who's put in jail and he's feeling hot in jail. So, what he does? He makes a hole in the wall and he installs a AC and then he sleeps nicely in the jail. So he is happy in the jail. There's a sense of happiness to be in the jail. But is this right? Is this right? Tell me. Tell me. Do you think there is some problem in this picture or there is no problem in this picture? Yes?
He could have escaped actually.
He could have
Prabhu.
escaped. See,
Yeah.
jail is a thing where it's not your home. Right? It's not your home. In a home, you will feel very comfortable. If in the jail somebody feels comfortable, what will the parents say? Are you are happy in the jail? So yeah, that's the thing, that our place is not the jail. What mode of goodness will make us feel? I'm bounded by golden chain. Golden chain means gold is so costly. Oh, it is so nice. I'm a costly, expensive thief or expensive criminal. That kind of mentality comes. I can live here nicely. Everything is taken care. I get my food, everything. I have my own cell, and I need some AC. So now I just made a hole and installed the AC. So all this kind of thought process comes. Now going back to the knowledge thing, there's one more shloka I want to just take it. It's called Pandita Samadarshinaha. Pandita Samadarshinaha. Pandita. Let's see if I can get this word. Panditaha. Pandita Samadarshina. I suppose fifth chapter. Okay. Sama. Sama word is everywhere. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is the verse. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmine Gavihastini Suni Chaiva Swapaketa Pandita Samadarshinaha. See, this is the real understanding of knowledgeable person. Knowledgeable person is a Pandita, but he has Samadarshinaha. Samadarshina means he equally sees a learned, gentle Brahmana, cow, elephant, dog, and dog eater. He has an equal vision of all that. See, this vision is lost when one is too much into mode of goodness. Okay, mode of goodness is good. You have to come there, but it has a problem that it may take us away from Samadarshinaha. Okay, it will take us away from equal vision. One more thing is there. Sorry. One more thing is there. Samadarshana, right? This is one thing, to see everyone with equal vision, that they are the soul with different bodies. Same soul with different bodies. Spiritual vision. Second is yes, this one. Yeah, exactly. Jnana Vijnana Triptatma Kuthosto Vijetendriya Yukta Eva Uchate Yogi Samalotashmaha Kanchanaha. Is it the same? Huh? So a person is said to be in self-realization and called a yogi. When he is fully satisfied in the virtue of acquired knowledge and realization, such a person is situated in transcendence and self-control. He sees everything as same. What is that everything? He sees pebbles, stones, and gold as same. Do you, if you see on the road stones and gold, will you see it equally? Huh? Tell me. Huh?
No.
No, right?
Yes.
But a learned person will see it equally. Now still, this is a quality of a learned person. What happens when he actually sees a gold on the road? What do you think a learned person will do? Hmm?
He will take it and try to give it to the owner.
He will take it and try to give it to the owner. Or he will see everything in connection with Krishna. That is the highest. Okay, the real owner is Krishna. So he will. Someone join or something? So he will use it in the service of Krishna. So this is the sama. See, the word sama is used, equal vision. Okay. So mode of goodness one should cultivate this equal vision. Okay. One should cultivate this equal vision. This is very important. Okay. So I spent some time here because it's very important concept. Let's finish this whole purport. Pure goodness. Now yes, we talked about goodness. So now here it is pure goodness. This happens only in case of pure Shuddha Bhakta, that is pure devotees. They are beyond goodness also. They are in Shuddha Sattva, where there is pure bhakti also. Okay. It is transcendental. In purified goodness, one can understand the real nature of the Supreme Personality. There, one will understand Krishna as it is, and as face to face. As long as one's faith is not completely in purified goodness. So it can be in goodness, ignorance, and passion, and not in purified goodness. Then it is contaminated by the three modes. Okay. And that contaminated will expand to the heart, and then according to the position of the heart in contact with a particular mode of material nature or combination of the modes of material nature, one's faith is established. Does that make sense now? It should be understood that if one's heart is in mode of goodness, his faith is also in mode of goodness. If it is in passion, then it is in passion. If it is in darkness, then it is contaminated. Thus, there are different types of faith in this world, and there are different types of religion due to different types of faith. So, all these different religions that we are saying is all because of different faiths, right? In some religion, there is too much of mode of ignorance. There's a lot of fighting happening in that religion, right? In some religion, there's too much of passion. So, for it is called prosperity gospel, where one is worshipping only God for, give me good money, give me good car and all that. All that concept is going on there. Karma kanda concept. Even in Vedas it is there, karma kanda concept. The real principle of religious faith is situated in mode of pure goodness. So one has to come to the Shuddha Sattva, which is beyond these 3 modes. Okay, that happens when one is in bhakti. Okay, one is in Shuddha Bhakti. But because the heart is tainted, we have different types of religious principles. This, according to different types of faith, there are different kinds of worship. Okay. Okay. So we'll stop here. It's 2 o'clock. Let's open up for some questions or comments. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Okay. So if there are no questions or comments, we'll stop here.